really appreciate that.
The Walmart stock right now is at 120 right now. So how many shares of Walmart stock would you like?
Okay, so how much are they selling shares for?
120.
For 120.
Not that much, you know.
That's $120 per share. $120.58. So to get one share, it will be, so if I got two shares, that'd be like 240, 241, 241.18. 241.16.
Man, let's just get three.
Okay, 3 shares.
3 shares is 365, so that's not a bad number. So all I gotta do is just send the order in right there.
Mm-hmm.
Click the button, send in my proposal. Then boom. I just ordered it. But you can see my last history of different stocks that I bought right there.
Wow.
So we ain't playing over here.
This man about in the gas. Oh man, he's out on Twitter, Verizon.
That's the last 3 days.
Ooh, this nigga buying into everything. Bought into Apple. Man, say, man. Oh man, okay. So all it takes is just a little bit of money, as low as $100, $200, and you can get 1, 2, 3 shares, and the more shares you get, accumulate.
Man, there's no excuse.
The more shares you accumulate, the more power.
If you're making an excuse, you is a coward.
Wow.
You are a coward if you're making any excuses about investing into yourself, becoming an entrepreneur, building a business, building your brand, doing something that can generate some wealth. If you're not doing anything that's generating wealth, I would like to say you're hustling backwards.
So with one share, you won't see that much return revenue with one share. But
not at all, but over time you start small, build the habit. It's all about building that habit, so you want to start small. If you start small, over time it will add up.
Eventually,
it'll start compounding.
So how many shares do you think one would have to have in the stock of Walmart?
I wouldn't even look at that because there wouldn't be no experts like me. So I look at stocks every day. So you will want to buy a basket of stocks.
You want to buy as many stocks as you can.
So that's called an ETF, or they got different investment platforms where you can buy a basket of stocks like ETF, mutual funds, and you can invest in all different types of companies that's on the market. So
when those companies do good, you're doing good. Right. Say for instance, the companies start making big
stock market
business,
average return is 10%. So
and you can sell your share. Could you sell your share?
Anytime you want.
For whatever price you want, correct?
No, you only can sell the share for the prices at
the going rate. So if you bought it for 150, you have to sell it for 150.
No, you gotta sell it for where it's at that moment in the
market. Okay. So if it was 150 when you bought it, say for instance it dropped down to 110.
Why you selling? You losing money.
Okay, so you only sell when it increases.
You don't want to sell at all. I believe in investing in stock 15 years long term. It's a long term strategy. It's a long term plan. So you don't want to sell no time soon. So you just want to keep investing, keep building it up for 15 years. Then you want to start playing with it, start investing into different other things. So
you want to keep accumulating as much stock as you can possibly get for about 15 years until you've accumulated so much. And then at that point you can start deciding.
You'll roll the ups and downs. Invested so much money. You're really great. You really won't be complaining about anything.
But how do you know when you're gonna? How would you receive no return? Is they gonna come back on your bank account after the year is up?
Everything show up in your investment platform, whatever investment platform you have. It show you all the research, all the tools you can use to see the different returns that you're getting on the different investments that you got in the account. So. It's not that hard. Technology done made it better. Technology done put a lot of financial advisors out of business. So
for one to get started, all one will have to do is just go on the internet and decide what companies you want to invest in, see what their rates are, and start purchasing the companies.
Right. And we got my partner Laponce Wade calling all the way from Chicago. How you doing, bro?
What's going down?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Man, tell them about your boy. Just tell them a little bit about me, man. They don't even know me. You feel me?
Alright, so Marquin, where I'm from, we call him Dallas. But it's basically how I met this dude, my college roommate. We had we out of eye with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like we was trying to like when we went to school, it wasn't too much for us to, do that. So we was always trying to figure out like the plan or like what we could bring to the community. Like one time, I think at one point we were trying to have like a club down there, for like a radio station, because we was in the middle of Iowa and nothing going on around there.
Right.
But all right. So I mean, man, this nigga Marquin, this is my guy, right? You feel what I'm saying? Like we've been like through a lot, So, but we always had that mindset of investing in ourselves.
Bro. Go ahead, let them know.
Yeah, so we always had that mindset of just like, that's why I clicked on him so hard, you know what I'm saying? This is the dude from a whole nother different part of the country, I'm from Chicago, and from Dallas, you know what I'm saying? We still got the same mindset going on, so like that's why we always, that's why we still friends now, that's why I'm on the radio 69 talking. So, but yeah, basically, man, we've been investing in ourselves since we met each other, you know what I'm saying? Like we always had that, like, had that goal to like not have a boss, shit like that. Just want to basically work for ourselves. That's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you work for somebody else, you fulfilling their dream. You trying to fill our own dream, you know what I'm saying? I dream too.
All right.
So, you feel me? So, like, it's always been like that with me and my queen, It's always been solid, since I've always been 100, you know what I'm saying?
Tell them about the
That's why we
hustler I
always quit.
was.
What's up?
Tell them about the hustler I was.
Huh?
Tell them about the hustler I was.
Yeah. So like every time he with high class or something like that, trying to get some money, trying to go do this, trying to go do that. Hell yeah, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We broke in college and we just doing it any way we can, you know what I'm saying? By any means, you know what I'm saying? So shit I can't talk about, but we did what we had to do. To survive what we had to survive. I mean, it's not like it was like hard or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Like finance, we have to get to it. We ain't come from no, silver spoon, so we have to figure out our way while we was away from home, you know what I'm saying? So, by any means.
I'm clapping for you, my boy.
Yeah, by any means, I get it for every time. So, it's just like that. I mean, that's all it's about anyway.
So, have you done any investing in here lately?
Yeah, so what I do is I invest myself into the forex market. So forex market is basically like most people when they ask like, what you do or whatever, they be like, can you tell me how to like get into stocks? And it's not that. It's that, but it's like it's under a different umbrella. It's currency. So I deal with currency, no like Netflix or no like Uber or stuff like that. Should I invest in Amazon? It's just straight currency. So what I do is basically it's a $5 trillion market every day. You know what I'm saying? So basically I can get on these charts and just invest and see if I want to sell today, if I want to buy today. You know what I'm saying? But it's basically a $5 trillion market. That's what $380 million a minute. They go past your face, and people don't even know about this market. You know what I'm saying? People wake up every day and just go to a job. And there's so many ways out there to do it. So, but yeah, I invest in the forex market.
Man, how long you been doing forex, bro? How long you been doing it? You just started, or you're a rookie, or you're a pro? I've been. This ain't no overnight thing. I've been doing this since. You was in the dorm library, huh?
Yeah, since we was in the library in college. You know what I'm saying? We always stayed on the computer looking for ways. You know what I'm saying? While we was at a university, we was on the computer at a university. You know what I'm saying? Most people think that you gotta go to school to be successful. No, you go to University of Google and University of YouTube. You can find anything you want.
Mm-hmm. We learned everything. Tell them about the first company.
Yeah, we learned everything.
Tell them about video vlogs that we started. The first company that we tried to start, it was a fail. We learned it.
Yeah.
But
we basically just started just like how it started. It was just like I just looked it up. You know what I'm saying? And then it's people out here that like think like you. You know what I'm saying? Like I had this one part when I was in college, and I was thinking a certain way, and I thought I was wrong for thinking that way until I like looked up some other people that was thinking the same way that was already successful. Like for one. David Dash, I was looking at that interview when I was in college, and that like lit a fire under my ass to actually go get it.
Man.
Yeah, most of the people that I had that I was listening and looking at had similar situations like that where they wasn't in the know. they didn't go to school for a lot of the shit that they came into contact with or learned real fast. Like with Google and the internet came out, it's like, shit, you could start a business just from your home. And you didn't have to go to a lot of classes and business class and all that shit to open up a business. It all depended on what type of business that you were trying to open, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Right.
and once
And
I
now
realized
like now
that,
it's so much like since it's the internet, it's like 6 million ways.
yeah.
So
To
many
you know
ways,
what I'm saying? It's so many ways. So it's just what you land on, you know what I'm saying, and then what you seek for. And if you don't seek for nothing, you won't get nothing, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta be consistent. And that's like the main thing too. Consistency. Don't chase the money, man. Just chase the time, because time you can't get back. Money you can always get that back.
Man, for
So
real,
you just gotta get to it.
We just not getting started. We just on the beginning of the journey. That's the beauty of it. We ain't
Like I've been at this for 4 years, you know what I'm saying? But it's just consistency, and as every day I can get into the markets, I learn new stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how consistent, how you can be with your craft.
How your account looking? Last time I seen it, you had some amazing numbers. Tell them about them
Oh
numbers
man,
you seen.
look! I'm almost about to. I think about in like 2 weeks, I'm finna hit like 6 figures.
What? Say that again?
Yeah, like in 2 weeks, I'm finna hit like 6 figures.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 28.
How many followers on Instagram you got?
Not that many. I got like 500.
And you finna make how much?
6 figures.
Man, that's a blessing, man. Keep grinding, keep going in.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, I guess it's working. I guess the formula is working.
It's working, bro. It's just like, and I'm trying to get to where I can make like 5 figures in a day. It's possible. We talk about, like I said, we talk about a $5 trillion market. So, and I ain't talking about with a T, not a B, T, 5 trillion.
Well,
so
there are. It says there are 4 main investment types or asset classes that you can choose from, each with distinct characteristic, which risk and benefits. Some of them are like growth investments, shares, properties, defensive investments. Cash investments includes everyday bank accounts, high interest savings accounts, and term deposits. Then you got fixed interest. Do you guys deal in all of that?
Of course, I love it all. I love high interest savings accounts, investment. I got so many investment accounts. I play with so many investment platforms. There's just so many out there you gotta just figure out. Just try and keep at it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, like ever since, like people miscalculate like what you use the internet for. You gotta use the internet for what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Or else it's gonna use you. You know what I'm saying? Most people get caught up in like social media, but you can flip to social media and make bread off of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think outside the box. Everybody using social media for the same thing, but if you think outside the box, then boom, you know what I'm saying? You find revenue in it.
So how do you start investing with small amounts of money?
Okay, so like most people ask me like, how much money do you need to start to get in this Forex thing? And it's literally, I took a $50 account and turned it into $500 in 3 weeks. Okay, and it was just all about me being patient in my craft. But you don't need that much money. There's money, you can find money. Okay, there's people out here that want to invest in what you think. You know what I'm saying? Just think about like, why is there so many rappers pop up out of anywhere? Because that investor thinks that this person can be as big as they think in their head.
Right.
So you got people that's behind that. You know what I'm saying? There's people that think like, oh, if I invest this into this, I can make a profit off it, and this person can make a profit off of it. So there's money out here. You just gotta find it. You gotta seek it. You can't just be sitting down and be like, man, ain't nobody trying to give me no money. It's out there. You just gotta seek for it.
Shark. You're a shark, huh?
Yeah.
Now, they also said that you can let a robo-advisor invest your money for you. Is that some of the things that you guys do to invest for other people?
That's a lovely way to invest your money. I love robo-advisors. That's the wave. That's the future, really. You don't need no one investing your money for you. If you can't learn how to invest your money, you will not have any money. So that's
a fact.
So if you want to learn how to invest your money, please hit me up. Investing for Cowards on all platforms. I'm willing to help you out any budget.
Any budget. You guys
all excuses, I'm not trying to hear it. If you're not trying to start ASAP, you might well save your message.
Now, how do beginners invest in stock?
They get the education.
It's a lot of ways. A lot of ways to invest in stock. If you just, there's a lot of, see, the thing is when people talk about the market, that's a big umbrella. Okay, it's a lot of things that's under that. You can invest in stock. You can invest in agriculture like corn and soybeans and all that stuff, or you can invest in currency like I do. You can invest in futures, like what you think is going to happen next. So it's a big umbrella.
So when you say currency, are you saying like the Bitcoin or foreign money?
Yeah, all that. That's all under one umbrella.
Okay.
And what me and him do, we do two different things. Like at one point in time, we were trying to figure it out, like doing the same thing, and I started doing something different, figuring it out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just like we find a balance with it because you learn something, you learn a different strategy that you becoming an expert at. And I'm learning a great strategy that I'm becoming an expert at. What he doing is a short-term strategy. Mm-hmm. So if you learn that short-term game and also learn the long-term game, you're gonna have balance your whole life.
Now, how can I double my money?
So it's always, like I said before, man. If you invest in the right, I'm not gonna say invest in the right stock because I don't know nothing about stocks. Like, you gotta ask Marquin about that. I don't know nothing about stocks, but the currency market is fairly easy to double your money.
Okay. And the stock market is very easy to double your money if you give it time and a little bit more money. You know, you gotta give it a lot of money and a lot of time to double your money in the stock market. So that's for you patient hustlers who know how to be disciplined with your money, know how to put it up for 30 years. So
yeah, it's all about a marathon, and it's just all about chess move. It's always been like that. Even you say I can make quick gain or I can make quick money, but it's 4 years in the game for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like it's all been chess moves, all been calculated.
So how fast should I expect a turnaround?
Oh shit! Hey man, like I said, it could happen in the quickest turnaround. I'm gonna tell you the quickest turnaround I ever had. The quickest turnaround I ever had was in 2 hours, and I tripled my money.
Was that? Did you sell a stock?
No, I was doing Forex.
I was doing Forex.
Okay. Now explain that to us. What is that?
So it's basically okay. So basically, you hear about like the stock market. You know, so in 2008 the stock market crashed, right? Mm-hmm. So basically currency don't crash. The reason why it don't crash because money still exists. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if the stock market crashed, money still exists after the stock market crashed. So this market is bigger than stocks, is bigger than futures. It's the biggest market in the whole umbrella I was talking about earlier. So basically, it's one currency. So you have like the euro versus the US dollar. Okay, so if you believe that the US dollar is going to be weak today, okay, you will sell. Okay, if you feel like it's going to be strong, you'll buy. And there's money in that. So if you get that correct, say if you got in the market for 2 hours, say if you let me put up a number. Say if you had like one standard lot. So one standard lot is basically you got to have like $10,000, but not if you invest like $50 because leverage is, that's a whole nother story, but leverage is high. Okay, so you can always invest your money at high leverage. Yeah. Well, basically, you could turn $100 into $500 from Monday to Friday. You know what I'm saying? Or you could turn that $100 into $1,000 from Monday to Friday.
Man, you getting another sermon right now.
Huh?
Man, you preaching, my brother.
Yeah. So it's just like it's just a huge market. It's a lot of it's a whole different way. Like since computers got stronger in our new millennium, you know what I'm saying? So people can do it from home. So a lot of people retiring from that 9 to 5
Shit, a lot of people making a lot of money.
Entering into this market because of they don't stop printing money. They print money every day. Okay, so people will get into this market because of that 5 trillion. That's what got me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I have to actually stick and hold on to it. But it's basically two currencies versus another currency. You just basically trying to figure out which one gonna sell, which one gonna buy. That's the layman's terms of it. But it's more to that. But that's what it is. And if you look it up, if you type in Forex market, it'll pop up on the internet. You will find it.
If you want any Forex education for free, go to babypips.com.
Pips.com, yeah. Go to
So
them.
baby, B-A-B-Y, P-I-P.com.
S.
Pips.com. And they'll give you all education about Forex. You can learn everything on your own without paying no one.
Yeah, no fee. It's just the basics of what it is. And
if you got a phone, you can learn how to invest. If you don't know how to invest, you are a coward.
So in other words, is investing is not for cowards, or is it?
No, it's not.
Because if you're scared, you're probably gonna take too long to invest, and you may invest in the wrong thing.
All the moves you make gonna be scared moves, and scared moves don't make no money.
Wow.
You got to take a risk. It's all about risk. Life is all about a risk. You risk your life as soon as you walk out the door of your house. You know what I'm saying? So like, why not take a risk with your cash, and it can come out big time, 100%. You can get double, triple, quadruple. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about that. Because other than that, you're just gonna be working for the rest of your life, and it ain't nothing but modern day slavery.
Yeah.
So what is your strategy for tracking the market?
My strategy for tracking the market. Well, I know a lot of things. So like I said, it took me 4 years. So I know like a lot of inside stuff. I know about how it's manipulated and all that stuff, and how the big bankers run the whole market. I just follow their pattern. So there's a lot of stuff like that. Okay. It's a lot of reading. I had like okay, I invested in myself. I bought a $500 book. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people buy a $500 book, but I bought a $500 book just to see the manipulation behind my craft. So it's just stuff like that. Like it's all about investing in yourself.
Tell them about the investment platform that you use for Forex.
I use a lot of platforms, but for my charts I use MetaTrader 4. Sometimes I use Thinkorswim.
Yeah.
But for my brokers, I use Hugo's Way and Trader's Way. I also got a Coinbase wallet. For like crypto and stuff, because a lot of that stuff, a lot of those brokers are overseas, and that's how you get the bigger leverage over there. So
that's what's
up,
up,
man.
Man.
Good talking to you, bro.
You told me something good, man, and that's investing for cowards. Anything else you had to say before you go?
Yeah, man. Just everybody who's listening, man. Just keep your head up, keep going. Like I know that sounds so vague and all that, but it's a fact. Just be consistent. Be consistent, and it'll just follow you. So, and don't go after the money. Don't go after the money. Go after your time. Yeah. You'll never get that back. So,
any shout outs you want to make? Any shout outs you want to make?
What'd you say?
You want to make any shout outs?
Shout out to Leo Williams. That's one of my mentors. He taught me game and Forex. Shout out to all my family. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Marquin, my guy.
Yeah.
The whole city. Shout out to Dallas that way. I gotta come down that way.
Hey man, you coming down here soon, man. We got 2 shows coming up. We got we got 2 shows at Ace of Diamonds, November 1st and November 22nd. Man, they finna be some amazing shows. I'm trying to get you down here. I done hit you up about it and everything.
Hell yeah. So I'm already knowing. So I'm trying to come down there.
Already, man. Well, you heard it here, man. From the horse's mouth, invested for cowards, man. Always sell all your stock to me for very cheap and give me your money. No, seriously though.
Yeah. Man, it was a great show.
That was great, man. I wanted to ask. I wanted to come. I mean, that's the type of stuff I need to know. If you want to elevate yourself and excel in life, you're gonna have to find out new things in order to make money. No one wants to work for someone for the rest of their lives. Everyone wants to be their own boss. In order to do that, you have to make wise decisions.
And the way it's going is really changing. It's changing so fast every year.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I mean, all the people that was making money back then, the things that I'm learning now, it's not as hard as I thought it was back then. I used to see the white guys sitting on their computer, sitting in their house, their big office, looking through the big office windows, sitting back with the yacht. I'm talking about go where they want to, big money. And they just sitting at the computer looking at the stocks. And I'm like, what the fuck is he looking at?
Yeah.
What is all these fucking things moving up and down, all these numbers and shit? And he's talking about he got 12 zeros behind his shit. How is he doing that? Just by looking at these numbers and shit.
Man.
Now you can find it out by tuning in to Investing for Cowards, because we're going to tell you what those numbers mean. We're going to explain to you what you're looking at. It's nothing but you're looking at the scale of the business, the quota of what's going on with the business, the company that you're trying to invest in.
Right.
You know, what's their rate? Do they rise every quarter? Do they drop? You know, you want to know the ins and outs. If they're making money, when they're being productive, what's their bad point? You know, so you'll know when you want to invest and when not to invest. You know, and once you start learning.
I just want to say this one thing before we leave. Warren Buffett, it's time for you to retire. I'm taking your spot.
Oh man, those are big words. Those are big words. He said he's taking your spot.
So Warren Buffett, make room for a young black brother who's building an amazing investment company out of Dallas, Texas.
For real. For real. And I'm gonna be a part of that there. Illnoise Entertainment, my boy, is here to stay. Marquin, invested for cowards. What do you want to leave the people with, man?
If you don't invest, you are a coward. That's about it.
And you heard it here first, man. Illnoise Entertainment. Now back to the music.
Illnoise.
Yeah.